Looks like the microphone is working. Great. Okay. So, it's been a while since I've done a Homestuck stream, but I got really I got really caught up in my tactician run for Baldur's Gate 3 last time, and unfortunately I didn't get the tactician achievement because I uh, I uh, I used mods. Apparently mods makes it so that you don't get the achievement, and yeah, so lesson learned from that. But I don't feel like playing Baldur's Gate 3 for a while since I'm still working on my honor mode run with my friend at the moment, which we probably would have been playing Baldur's Gate 3 today or yesterday if his internet hadn't stopped working. But I'd like to get back into reading Homestuck because I don't want to stop reading the story. I don't want to stop reading the story. But before we do start reading the story, just to re-explain how things work for anyone who comes by, how I do these streams is, I do an intermission for about 30 minutes, and then once I actually start streaming, I actually just talk for an amount of time just before I get into it, just to sort of, I guess, debrief, I suppose. Let's see. So lately, yeah. Now that since I've stopped, since I finished Baldur's Gate 3, I I've started getting to other games. Like I'm making progress on Braid at the moment, and I'm also making. I've started to get into Tomb Raider, the 2013 game, which I guess is an origin story for Lara Croft, and it's pretty good. I'm playing it on a very easy mode because I haven't really played a lot of shooting style games before. I just haven't gotten into those before, and so it's not a type of game that I'm used to playing. So I'm just playing it on easy mode, and I'm enjoying it so far. It's actually very enjoyable. It's very noticeable how different the gameplay is compared to Baldur's Gate 3, and that's just something like for those who don't know, I haven't played a lot of games before, so I'm starting to get more into that, trying to, and so to me, the shooting type of games, the reflexive ones, that seems very challenging, and it's not something that I'm used to at all. So I'd like to get into it. And let's see, what else has been going on? Oh yeah, so yesterday I noticed something popped. This fan made episode 1 of the Dark Age arc from Berserk came into my what do you call it? My YouTube feed, and initially I thought maybe I should react to this before I did my Homestuck read, but I'm glad I didn't because first of all, it would have been too long. It would have taken me an hour to watch because I would have had to pause it and comment on it along the way, and then it just would have put off the Homestuck stream. But basically, and I in the end I didn't finish it because unfortunately I came into I ran into some problems that I had with it like very early on, and I might finish it eventually. And I have subscribed because I do think what this channel is doing is very ambitious, and I do like it when people work together to sort of challenge copyright because yeah, oh, and like their goal isn't to make money from this. This is for them. This is just a fan project, but according to some people, it is a violation of copyright, and it's just and it's not that I'm anti-copyright. I'm just against the amount of time that copyright has to exist. I do think it should exist for a reasonable amount of time, but you know though it would be best if copyright is to exist, it should belong, the copyright itself should belong to the people who actually make the thing. So at the moment, the movie Sinners is not owned by Ryan Coogler, it's owned by somebody else, but eventually he will own it in 20 years, so yeah, it's complicated. But anyways, my problem with this Berserk thing is that the animation is too similar to the 1998 series, and it sort of just made me go, well, what was the point of doing that when we've got the 1998 series? And like, don't get me wrong, the 98 series, it is missing a lot of stuff. It doesn't have, it doesn't have Puck, for example. Puck is in this version, which is, good to see Puck. And I was surprised by how much I did like Puck's voice. Not that I heard a lot of it, but I was just like, oh yeah, that sounds all right, actually. But otherwise, the animation, but oh, that's right, it didn't open it. I feel like it didn't go far enough, because if you've read Berserk, the manga, it opens up with the main character having sex with a demon. And personally, I guess I don't mind that it didn't have that in there, because this is just my opinion, but I personally, like, if you know what Guts is like, yeah, he's very averse to sex, and he's only ever had sex with Casca, and so it feels like in the manga, that thirst page didn't really happen. I guess it was just, I think it was just it's a strong way to start the story, but it doesn't really feel like it counts to the rest of the story, and I'm fine with that. So I guess it was fine for this to also cut that out, but I also feel like maybe they weren't putting it in there. A part of me wonders if they didn't put it in there because of, I don't know, YouTube restrictions, possibly. That can happen sometimes. Now, what was what else happened? But my biggest so yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the animation being too much like the 98 series, but my other issue, my biggest issue, the thing that sort of made me turn it off, was when I heard Guts' voice. Like, I was like that. I am very attached to the the 98 series cast, for the English dub. That is true, but I can accept a new voice cast. But the way Guts sounded was just like, that does not sound like the character at all. That doesn't. And I'm not saying he has to sound like the original actor. I'm just saying he has to sound like I know that I can accept different takes on a character. I know that I can do that. And this was just not good, in my opinion. And I should finish it to give it a fair shake, but that's just my initial impression of the project so far, based on the few minutes that I saw. But otherwise, it's ambitious, and I respect that, and that's why I've subscribed. I don't think I liked the video, because so far I don't, but otherwise, I do think I should. I'd like to keep an eye on this particular project, because it is impressive, regardless of my impression, and so that's where I'm sort of at. Let me just get the chats up to see if anyone's here. Let's see. Doesn't look like it, but that's okay. Someone was here on Twitch, actually. Hi, Lily Lovebraids. Hello there. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it is a very good Homestuck animation. Quite possibly, the animations for Homestuck keep getting better and better, actually. let's see, what else has been happening? Still reading Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson, and my friend was telling me about. I didn't know this. Like with Brandon Sanderson, we generally think of him as a fantasy writer, which he is. But my friend was telling me that he also does. He did a young adult superhero story, and my friend said that he really liked it mostly because it had really good characters. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I might keep that in mind for the future, probably. But in the meantime, I mostly just want to, when it comes to Brandon Sanderson stuff, I want to focus on the Cosmere books for now. So I'm gonna stick with Warbreaker, then I'll move on to Mistborn, and then I'll get into the Stormlight Archive. That's the plan anyway. Oh, and I also need to read The Wheel of Time. There's so many books I need to read. I need to read Wheel of Time, which Brandon Sanderson did not write, but he did finish it. And let's see. I guess I could close that one. Oh, actually, never mind. A bunch of my favorite YouTubers dropped some videos yesterday that I'm still watching. Cynical Reviews. He very rarely puts out videos, but when he does, they're really good. But he's done a video about creepy romantic films, and I hadn't thought about. I remember back in the day thinking, like it's generally been accepted that 50 First Dates is one of Adam Sandler's better films, and I do agree with the sentiment that Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler have a really good chemistry that works in movies. And I think that's probably why they were able to get away with the questionable aspect of 50 First Dates. But Cynical Reviews, he actually made a very good. I was very curious to see his take on that film, and he made he made some pretty sound points about why that movie is. It definitely made me do a double take on the movie where I'm like, oh yeah, I guess it could have been done differently, but otherwise, Sean Astin's probably the best part of that movie. And Jessie Gender, I remember Jessie Gender. She used to put out videos very frequently, and they were generally very good. I've generally gotten a lot out of her videos before, and I think at some point she realized like she needed to slow down and not stop playing the YouTube game and just like focus on doing other stuff. Focus on making her videos better and having better priorities basically. And I'm glad that she's done that. And I was really getting into her latest video about leftist art or leftist movies, and and initially she's talking about that movie, One Battle After Another, and I haven't seen that movie. I feel like it's something that I probably could enjoy, but I feel like I'll get frustrated by, mostly because of the analysis. I've seen a lot of analysis of the movie, and I've heard it sounds like a mixed bag, and I feel like I'll just get frustrated by it if I watch it. So I haven't seen it, and I basically just don't care about the movie. I'm sure it's technically great, but I part of me wants to check it out maybe for its tone, because I've heard some interesting things about its tone, because apparently it doesn't look like a comedy, but I've seen some people say that it is a comedy, and I've seen some people compare it to Dr. Strangelove. So so I am slightly curious about it. Let's see, but then I had to stop watching the video by Jessie Gender because she started talking about Star Wars, and I am trying not to watch any videos about Star Wars, because I need to focus on I need to finish my own Star Wars video at some point, so I just, I'd like to try to keep my, that I'd like to try and not get, I'd like to just, not get influenced by other people's opinions, just, I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just I'd like to try to form my own opinions before I listen to anyone else's opinions, if I can help it. And let's see, who else released a good video? I'm sure I feel like there were a bunch of good videos that I watched yesterday, but then I just forgot what they all were. Anyways, it's been about 15 minutes of me talking, so let's get back into Homestuck. Okay, you will have to admit that this is a nice outfit. That is true. Humans get points for fashion too. You begrudgingly concede a single snark tick to the stylish human and her loyal Snowluses? I'm just trying to remember all the Homestuck lingo. Oh yeah, by the way, when I started, I have tried to categorize this stream on Twitch as a Homestuck stream. It used to be that on Twitch you could pick the category of Homestuck, which I guess recognized Homestuck as a visual novel for some reason. It's a category of streaming, and I couldn't find the category. It's not up there anymore, which is very annoying. So I had to compromise and make it a Homestuck stream in terms of categorize it as a Homestuck fan game that exists out there. I'd like to try to get into some Homestuck games at some point, but who knows? Anyways, in a little while she is back in her hive. You prepare an ambush. This time the fashionable handcrafted gloves are coming off. With the story saying you, I'm just wondering, I as the reader, which character I am reading from the perspective of. You proceed to have your second conversation. Okay, so you is Rose. Okay. You feel pretty good about your effort. It was a measured balance of barbs and condescension. Your leader will be pleased with the report, and yet, it seems the John human was right. The John human? This is not the same Rose human you dealt with before. What's going on? She has been toying with you all along. Oh, the curiosity, how it persists, the maddening curiosity. So this is a fake Rose that we're reading from the perspective of. You're arbitrating. I don't know if this was established before. I can't remember. It's been a while. There's so much. I'm sure the information in Homestuck is not that complicated, but the way it's presented through density makes it hard to penetrate. Let's see, John Human, the maddening curiosity. Your arbitrating gouge decides on a draw. Snark reaped and sown in equal distribution. This is far from over. Kanaya, explore this human emotion called friendship. Okay. So Kanaya is pretending to be Rose. You can only assume this is a somewhat typical way for human relationships to blossom. It seems friendship for some humans is a basic aggregation of shallow and insincere hostilities. Human friendship sure is complicated. You skip ahead to a point on her timeline when you suspect friendship may plausibly have been established already. You have your third conversation. It does not go as well as you'd hope. Rose takes the lead. Okay. Okay. So, is this like them having a fight? Your fourth, fifth, and sixth conversation don't fare much better. This friendship is stalling fast. What are you doing wrong? Okay, so Is Kanaya trying to become friends with Rose, but she is trolling Rose, thinking that that's the same thing as becoming friends? You are now getting your ass handed to you on a silver nutrition plateau. Interesting way of saying plate. You are in a serious need of a ploy to turn the tables in this duel, of snarky one-upsmanship. Some advice couldn't hurt, you suppose. Troll the Dave human. Here we go. You decide to seek counsel from the Rose human's dark spectacled friend. You believe you understand how to proceed. So I do vaguely remember this, actually. Have a seventh conversation. You put into motion a cunning plan in your seventh conversation, in which you have attached a mission-critical text document. Lalonde has finally been outmaneuvered. The horse shitometer is lopsided in your favour, and most delightfully of all, this fiendish ploy has ensured that all previous snark ticks against you have been rendered completely irrelevant. It turns out they were just a consequence of your future design all along. You cannot hope to beat Kanaya Mariam in a snark-off. She is simply the best there is. Well, she is a goth, I assume. Kanaya, hop to 8 equals 8. I don't know what this symbol is for. You scan her timeline for the right moment to sync up both your sides of the dialogue. Ideally, she will have long since discarded her train of thought. You will finally reap the spoils of all your careful subterfuge. You will reap them good. Ah, yes, I love this image. Yes. Kablamo. The flighty broads and their snarky horse shitometer explodes. It simply cannot take this much horse shit. I love that expression. Have an eighth conversation. Really like this pulsating image here. Okay. Yes, dialogue. What the hell did you just do? Hi there. You actually did it. You blew it up, I mean. I had begun to believe that was embellishment. This is it, isn't it? What is it? This is the eighth conversation between us from your perspective as well as mine. Yeah. I've been looking forward to this. Really? Yes. I have some questions for you. That's right. This is all starting to make sense. It's a shame that I didn't get into this immediately the next week. What questions do you have? I'll start with a simple one. Do trolls have names? She's coming towards us. John, make backup computer. Oh God, what's this guy called again? It's not O.J. Simpson. It's another guy. Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby. I kept forgetting who this character was. Okay, yeah. I've only ever seen one Bill Cosby episode. I was shown to it in high school, and I forgot what the point. They were trying to make a. I think they were trying to explain to us. They were showing us this episode to sort of explain. It wasn't even. I don't remember what happens in the episode. They were just showing us what Bill Cosby as a show was, and then it was for my society and culture class that I was taking for my high school certificate, so my final years, and they were showing it to us to sort of explain, like, hey, here's this black run show, and here's why that was a big deal back then. So like the sort of explaining like what the cultural impact of the Bill Cosby show was, which unfortunately has a bad reputation now because of all the things the main actor was doing. which I will not get into. But yeah, basically, I don't think I like Bill Cosby. Um, you make a new Cosby top, so you do some serious computing on the go. You barely got a chance to mess around with the first one you made before it was pilfered by a scurrius imp. Okay, it was actually a Silodex mishap, but whatever. Remember how that happened? That didn't stop being a thing that happened or anything. John, reunite with loving, fatherly comedian-themed laptop. That's unfortunate. Oh, that's a laptop. Okay, sorry, I just noticed that. I thought it was like like a cardboard standee that was folded in half. Oh man, yeah. Okay, so I guess like that was the other thing about the Cosby Show was that his reputation at the time was that he represented a positive father figure for a lot of people, which you know. So I feel bad for those people who have to deal with, you know, this whole situation, and it is interesting to think about like how this was included in Homestuck before those allegations came out, because I believe I'm trying to remember when the Me Too movement started. It might have happened during, let's see, because the original, I guess, canceling, you could call it modern canceling, started with hashtag mute R. Kelly. I believe that's how it started. And then more people, and then more victims came out, and then more perpetrators got named, and Bill Cosby was one of them. So, I'm trying to remember. So, when exactly did Homestuck end? Let me look this up. When did Homestuck end? Okay, so it ended in 2016. So probably, this probably, so this probably ended just before the Me Too movement, according to my vague memory, my recollection rather, which could be incorrect. Okay, so let's reunite with loving fatherly comedian themed laptop. No, don't kiss. No, no. Okay, now, don't. So he's now being summoned by AG Arachnid. Oh, I need to get my freaking. All right, let me look up my. I need to look up the guide. Homestuck guide. Yes, I still have it opened. Let me look up who Arachnigrip is. Arachnigrip, where are you? Let's see. Caste system. Feferi, Kanaya. Caligula, Centaur. Okay, so this is Vriska he's talking to. So John is talking to Vriska right now. What the hell are you doing? Oh, hey, John, stop kissing that adult brown male human computer at once. But it is Bill Cosby. He's back in laptop form. So reading this felt like something that Milhouse Van Houten would have said. It's Bill Cosby. He's back in laptop form. That's how he kind of talks. Man, it is just another waste of time. Everything you do is a huge waste. A stupid, pointless bunch of wasty wastes. Excuse me, but spending just a little quality time with my man Bill here is not a wasty waste at all. Just say waste of space. No amount of eights in words will make that true. You have important things to do. Remember Jade? Of course I do. Jeez. Okay, I'm going. Well, yeah, go save Jade. She died. She needs to be resurrected. John, I'm completely on board with Vriska right now. I forgot how good Homestuck is. now, now it's all coming back to me now. No, Kiss Kiss. I think. What? What the fuck are you doing? I am going to blast off and fly a little higher to see if I can find Nana up there, and then I will install the game. It will only take a second. No, that's not what I mean. I know that's what you're going to do. You're just not supposed to do it now. This feels like a fucking argument I had with someone recently. You are supposed to do something else first and then fly up. It's right here on your timeline. By attempting to do the thing you're not supposed to do yet, you are just wasting more of our time. Jeez, you are incredibly bossy. More like Maki. You are incredibly bossy. More like Maki's bossy fangs, whatever that means. I told you that's my role-playing name. You not my real one. You are weak. Sorry. So your weak burns mean nothing. No, you did not tell me what. No, you did not tell me that you like to play troll Dungeons and Dragons. Oh yes, John. I am really going to know what that stupid Earth game is just because you put troll in front of it. Stupid. I will find out what your name is. I am tricky and I have ways. So the whole like in many ways the troll universe and the human universe is they're very different, but they're also very weirdly the same. Like they have some of the same things. Like they have troll Will Smith, for example. That's just a thing that they have. But then like everything else is just completely like not the same at all. And I recently finished. I'm caught up on a TV show called The Orville that I highly recommend. Great show, excellent show. Uh, yeah, and there's a lot of alien stuff in there where it's just like things are the same, but they're also completely different. And I think I have compared parts of. I've said that there are things in Homestuck where it should. Hang on, let me just check the. Sorry, I just noticed there's someone in the YouTube chat. Hi, do not open. You're live and I didn't notice. Well, now I am here. I actually have. You've contributed to a fan game. Hi there. Okay. This is not a fake rose, right? Yeah, I figured. And you have to go. Oh, damn. Sorry, I missed you when you were here. Yeah, if you contributed to a fan game of Homestuck, I would love to learn more about that from you. Do not open. So yeah, let me know. I'd love to tell me more information about that. Let me know either in the YouTube comment or get to me on Blue Sky. I'll eventually read Blue Sky, and or let me know about it. I'll definitely next time I see you, I'll definitely ask you about that. Let's see, where was I? I will find out what your name is. I doubt it. Now shut up and do what you are going to do next. I don't know what I'm going to do next. Apparently what I thought I was going to do next was wrong. So why don't you tell me? Because that's ridiculous. That would be a ridiculous way for us to do things. Has it occurred to you that I might be wasting so much time because you keep pestering me, telling me how much time I'm wasting? That's how it feels to read Homestuck. That's how it feels to read Homestuck. At times, but And then I'm about to make progress, and when I'm about to make progress, you tell me I am doing the wrong thing. If it weren't for you, I would be playing this game already. Okay, shut up. Fine, I will hold your hand every step of the way since that's apparently how you want to do this. But it isn't. I said, shut up. Look, you are about to make yourself a new outfit and then you will fly up and install the game. Oh, but why would I do that? My Ecto lab suit is rad. Because you look like an idiot. Aw. Seriously, it's a good thing I decide to bother you now. Otherwise, you will go through the game looking like a little weenie boy Skylark. What is a boy Skylark? It is the most terrible, gutless class of wimpy losers, ones who have no idea how to handle themselves when a girl talks to them and stuff. Actually, I think I remember passing that rung on my echelon ladder a while ago. Yes, exactly. It is beneath you, John. You are clearly much better than that. You should dress like it. Who cares what I dress like? It is what's inside the adventurer that counts. Of course it does. I watched you actually say that with a straight face. Oh my god. Why are you taking such an interest in my fashion anyway? Trolls are an extremely fashion-minded race, John. I don't know. Is that true? I don't. Is that true? I'm not sure about that. You should take a note of this since you pretend to be a scientist or something. It sounds like you have a really lame culture. John, that is an outrageous thing to say. You don't even know how important fashions are, so be quiet. Lame. Look at that. You counted out 8 A's for me, John. That is so thoughtful of you. Oh, I didn't even count. It just turned out like that. Really? Yeah. And heart. Okay, I will make a new suit, but I am not ditching my Ecto suit. It is so sweet. I look like Link if Zelda was a quest about an elf scientist. Okay, yeah, I guess he does kind of look that way a bit once he's wearing the green. I am the Wind Maker. It's me. I know you are, John. Now empty out your Silodex and let's see what sort of killer gear we can make for you. But do it fast. And regarding Zelda, I've never actually played any of the Zelda games because, yeah, I haven't played a lot of games. But I would like to play. I really want to play, what's it called? Breath of the Wild. I want to play Breath of the Wild at some point. But it's not on Steam, so I don't know how to get it. Kanaya, have 16th conversation. Oh, this is such a cool image. I love this image. Okay, this will probably strike you as an odd moment. Will strike you as an odd moment for me to mention this, but actually there are. Wait, who's GA again? Let me look this up. GA. Oh, right, Kanaya. Okay, so Kanaya is saying that. Okay, this will probably strike you as an odd moment for me to mention this, but actually, there are not many moments I've observed on your timeline which wouldn't qualify as odd, and somehow your idle moments seem to invite interruption, the least. And this is a difficult topic for me to broach for reasons that you probably won't understand. You're rambling again, Kanaya. Okay, sorry. I've just been meaning to say that I read your instructional guide. Oh, right, the instructional guide. Oh, I love this shot so much. Oh, yeah. Sorry to hear you were subjected to that. Why? It was a little melodramatic in retrospect, heavy-handed. The world ended. But now that it's stuck on that server forever, broadcasting the notes of every confused girl sifting through the aftermath of just another pedestrian apocalypse somewhere in paradox space, you And she said, Kanaya rambles. Have you ever written a message you regretted instantly upon sending? Lately, almost perpetually. That line included, wow, yeah, kind of. Also that one. I'm sure you must regard the walkthrough as pretty quaint as a veteran of the game. Actually, at the time of reading, it lent some useful insight into the nature of the game I hadn't yet considered, and the author, I guess. At the time, when exactly did you read it? By the way, what are you doing here? Is this part of your ongoing investigation? It's all tearing apart from the looks of it. Yes. Are these tactics really necessary? It's faster this way. If there's one thing you and your friends regularly remind us, it's that time is not on our side. Oh yeah, true. Okay. I know, but I thought our methods earlier were effective in illuminating the underpinnings of the game. You ask some questions and I answer, if I can. Yes, that has been effective, but you don't know everything, do you? No. My current strategy is comprehensive. Your notes have been helpful, but the facts you've supplied are being cross-referenced with understandings I already have, and data gathered by the sort of means presently on display. Okay, I still have more questions for you, but which I will ask in time. Okay, but these means presently on display are making me a little nervous. I think it's kind of a reckless use of what? These forces. Dark magic, you mean? Yes. Influenced by the gods from the furthest ring, the communion you seem to have developed with them, I find kind of troubling. I don't think they are as nefarious as you might imagine. Many of them seem to be intent on helping us. How exactly do you know that? From their whispers in my dreams. How much time have you really spent sleeping since you began playing? Not much, but quite a lot in a failed timeline. And now and then memories surface from the alternate reality. Vague memories, but unmistakably in familiarity, like spontaneously remembering a dream from years ago by some inexplicable catalyst. In that reality, they spoke to me in my sleep and told me much of what I needed to know, including what to do to reset our timeline and create the present reality. That makes me no less nervous. Our understanding is that influence from doomed timelines, though seemingly necessary to advance in the alpha reality, is generally inauspicious. Travelers from such branches are marked for death, and though it was only an insubstantial part of you which travelled, just memories, I suppose, it's still troubling. I have assurances I'm on the right track. Surely you must have spoken to the gods by now. What did they tell you to make you so suspicious? Actually, I haven't. I have never visited Durs or travelled beyond the Veil Prospect Moon. Beyond the Veil. Prospect Moon was my home for most of my dreaming life. It was? Yes. This surprises me. Why? Good question. Skya was always the foil for my curiosity, but it only showed me what I needed to see. It very much had the presence of something sentient and benevolent, but silent. Not something to converse with or be instructed by, or anything with an agenda beyond which it knows to be manifest already. Like a very clear mirror that has everything there is to see inside it. Okay. But only some things are visible at any given moment. I always trusted it, and I don't trust gods that would eschew its light. You didn't actually answer my question. When was it exactly that you read my walkthrough? I wonder where this is all going. Everything's still tearing apart. Oh, a while ago, before you first contacted me, I have to confess that I have been experiencing something like impression whiplash since that time. What do you mean? At first, I thought you were foolish and incompetent. My apologies for whatever misstep I may have taken to dispel that impression. It was an honest mistake, I swear. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Uh, that was a very snarky remark that happened just now, stratified by your signature varieties of insincerity which cut through the literal meaning of the statement like colourful ribbons. Okay? And the net intent is something maddening to try to know its meaning. I think it exists at the inscrutable nexus of semantic space where humour chafes against soft malice, a place perhaps the human mind occupies more comfortably. I don't know. Xenopsychology isn't my strong suit, or even a real word. ... Yeah, I know I'm babbling again. The point is, it's not the type of behavior a very stupid person can per, perpet, perpet, perpetuate, perpetrate. And so my impression has thrashed around from conversation to conversation, and now, rather than suspecting you of incompetence, I have begun to fear just the opposite. I think you might be dangerous. To whom? Maybe not knowing that is what really bothers me. Why don't you put the turtle ruins down and return to your house? I have sketched some new outfits for you that I think are nice. We could try to make them. It will be fun. You seem to have taken quite an interest in my wardrobe decisions. Yeah, what's up with that? Why is everyone talking about fashion? Why is Vriska talking to John about his shitty outfits? And why is this a topic here with Kanaya and Rose? What's going on? Are all trolls so fashion-minded? No, sadly. See, that's what I knew Vriska was like lying about that. Maybe later. What if there isn't a later? Well, we already know there won't be. That's nothing new. I mean, there not being a later might happen sooner than you think. Wow, what? I mean, for you specifically. Okay, this is something else I wanted to say or ask about, but I'm afraid my asking might play a role in the outcome, and I don't know if I want that. The outcome will happen one way or another, whether you have something to do with it or not. You might as well ask me. At least when it happens, you'll understand what it is that's happening. And just maybe, if we're really lucky, so will I. I have a question for you too. Let's swap ignorance, okay? All right. I can't see you in the future. The viewpoint won't let me after a certain point. It's black, but only for you, not the others. When? Several hours from now. Do you know why this could be? Oh man, I think I know. Oh no. That's very ominous. I have no idea. I can't see the future. I'm a disreputable streamer, remember? But I promise that if I have a hand in it, it won't be because you told me. Does that make you feel better? Sort of, but it remains ominous. Yes, it is in fact ominous. It could mean death, just saying. Jade's already died, Rose could die. It is technically an apocalyptic story, sort of. Is that why you want to dissuade me from my admittedly zealous investigation to go play dress up again? Because our time here is almost up, and you hope what's on the other side of the dark curtain for me is not some sort of corruption or damnation, also sort of. That's thoughtful of you, to strive to pacify me as I scuffle down this black corridor. Wait, is that what I'm doing? Is it? On second thought, that's not what I want to do. Oh, that's a pity. Who will make sure my soul isn't forfeit in service of gods then? Well, I hope that doesn't happen, but I'd rather not get stuck in that kind of pattern again. So, if you want to wreck turtle villages and tear your planet apart on the Council of Dark Gods, fine. Fine with me, I guess. What do you mean again? I'll do the thing you do when you don't say anything. Dot, dot, dot. One simple word can so easily begin a story in a very thick book. But I guess we won't open this one. What was your question? I believe you're owed some compensatory ignorance. Yes, I was wondering. Everything's green. This looks like one of those capture cards. What do you know about the green sun? I've never heard of it. Thank you. The transaction was very tidy. Agreed. Okay. Should I keep reading? Because I feel like this could be a good place to stop, actually. I'll keep reading. Hey, it's a Jurassic Park reference. I can see that. Okay. This is the most ridiculous pile of useless crap I have ever seen. Why did you pick up all this junk? Rocks, mushrooms, shoes. Gigas, John. Gigas? Yes, Gigas. How do you know about Gigas? Do you even know what that is? I have no idea. It's something Terezi has been saying non-stop for some reason. It is weirdly infectious. What is it? Some sort of human profanity? No, well, kind of. It is a misspelling of an adult male bearded human who was magic. Boring. Shrug. John, is that a frog I see there? Yes, it is. How do you have a frog already? I don't know, I found it, and I decided to capture log it for some reason. Frogs are pretty cool, that I agree with. It seems awfully early in your game for you to be finding frogs. Your session sure is weird. Huh, okay. Apparently it is considered illegal contraband. Why would a frog be illegal? John, shut your trap. We are in a hurry here. Bossy? Okay, I think I can make you a completely fabulous outfit using this trash and maybe some other stuff around your hive. But you have to do exactly what I say. Bossy, 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 bossy to the 8th power times 8 infinities. Hurry up! That was 9. Oops. That was 9 exclamation points. Oh, damn, she broke. She broke. Hurry up. Oh, here we go. So, red sneakers. Red sneakers, some jeans, a t-shirt, and another shirt. This is the fabulous outfit you had in mind. Yes, isn't it awesome? Oh, she dressed him up as her. Okay, that's funny. Yeah, I can see it. This is how she would dress. This is how she would cosplay as a John. It's pretty cool and all. I was just picturing something more elaborate, like maybe more adventure-y. Fuck that. This is a really hot look for you, John. It makes you look a million times more cool instead of some kind of over over absconding Daggerlance, flailing pansy. What? Now move your ass. Go, go, go. Okay, jeez. Blast off. We're finally fucking blasting off. It's happening. We're going up. Pshoo. Haha. Just messing with ya. Pshoo. Yes. the 8 O's. Look at it. Here we go. Is that Dave? What's going on? Okay, my key bossy fangs. Mick Secret. This has been a lot of fun, but I have to go talk to my pals now and also rescue Jade. Yes, I know that, dummy. I am in complete command of your timeline, remember? Oh yeah, sure, if you say so. We will not speak again for a while, but for me it will be a moment. I do not envy the circuitless cold spell you are about to endure, John. That's too bad. How long will it be? Man, calm down. It will only be a couple of hours or so. Sweet jiggers, I have clearly done a number on you to engender such a frothing obsession so quickly. Not surprising, it's just the burden that comes with being so damned awesome. But you will figure out soon enough, John. But you will figure that out soon enough, John, because I have you well on your way. I guess. Phase 2 of my program for you begins in a little while. In the meantime, try not to get corrupted by anyone too lame, especially nobody with brown text or grey text or any shit ugly colour at all for that matter. Okay, I will try. Thanks for all the help. Bye, Miss Circuit. Bye, John. Wait, John what? Anderson. Okay, till next time, Mr. Anderson. Okay, that was a Matrix reference, I think. Hehe. See, let's see. Okay, so this will be John talking to Dave at long last. So I'm just doing a screenshot for next time. Yeah. Right there. Okay. So, alright, so I'll stop it here for today. I'll just save the game, and yeah, I'll definitely continue this next week. It'll be very exciting to see John and Dave talk to each other again, because I don't think I've read them talk to each other for a long time, and I do like Dave the most, so that'll be exciting. Let's see. Oh, okay, sorry, Do Not Open came back. Change of plans, I am able to stay a bit longer. Okay, sorry, I missed you before. The fan game is called Befriendus. I'll let you know when you've read enough of the comic for it to be playable. Okay, so it's a game for later on, I suppose. All right, I'll keep that all in mind. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. And yeah, otherwise I'll end it here for today, and hopefully I'll see you all next week. I'll either be reading on my Saturday or my Sunday, depending on when me and my friend do our game session together. So yeah, otherwise yeah, take care of yourselves and have a good weekend. Bye for now.